So, Mark, what did we just play?
We got Sue Foley there doing Queen Bee off of Anton's women's cassette, or actually CD. Real good stuff from her. We're going to hear some more Sue Foley in just a bit. She'll be playing at the Heatwave tonight.
We are getting so psyched for Heatwave. Hey, you guys can call if you want to make ticket orders. I guess they can put them on their MasterCard or Visas, huh? Sherry Taylor King is out here, and so is Sandy, ready to take your call. If you're going to Heatwave tonight, go ahead and get your tickets now, because I think I don't know if it could sell out, but I would say it's a good possibility. I have been standing at the door when people were turned away. Going to be a great lineup. And speaking of that, we have Mary Karlzen here in the studios. Good morning, Mary.
Hi.
Mary's bleary-eyed. She played last night. I don't know what time she got to bed, but I suspect it was late. And it's so early in the morning, but we are ready to crash headphones here. We are ready to go here, getting in the mood for Heatwave. It's 5 minutes past 9 o'clock, and you're listening to Wmnf Tampa. Tampa, we're a listener-sponsored, non-commercial radio for the Tampa Bay area, getting in the mood for Heatwave.
So we're going to start off with a song by you called Dressed in White. You want to tell us about this song, and we'll go into it.
Well, Chuck probably knows more about Chuck Anton. The whole band's here. Say hi, guys.
Hi, guys. Hi, guys. There's about 10 people in here. Your band wasn't this big when you played at the Southeast Music Conference.
Well, we have some extras here today.
We're swelling.
Yeah. But so Chuck came over to the house for a rehearsal one time, and he started playing the beginning of a traditional Irish song, I guess. Is that where it came from?
Right, a fiddle tune.
And we just kind of made a song around it, and it was kind of a strange story behind it, because I didn't have any idea what the song was about, what the original traditional song was about, and so I just wrote these words, they just came from nowhere, and it turned out to be about, a woman who gets left at the altar. And then tell us about your friend and what he said about the song.
Well, I play in Miami sometimes with a fellow named George Phillips, and he does a lot of traditional Irish music, more than I do. And he knew the tune very well as the Maid on the Bridge is what it's known as traditionally. And the story of the Maid on the Bridge is that she's also left there on the bridge.
Yeah, it's, a maid in those times was an unmarried woman, so it was kind of strange how the lyrics, I didn't know anything about it, and it's kind of spooky. I don't know. So.
Well, we're looking forward to definitely hearing you guys tonight. At the Southeast Music Conference, it was really fun to watch you guys. Nice and rock and roll, and this was a very deceptive tune because it starts off like a little, soft jig, and then you rock it out. So this is Dressed in White by the Mary Karlzen Band.
window so patiently. In this world there's just one good night. Blow out the candle, turn out the light. On your mind do I wait so late? Till you return I'll be here, dressed in white. Dressed in white. I'll be dressed in white. Dressed in white.
Mary Karlzen from her latest CD, released on Y&T Records, local Miami label, and that was called Dressed in White. So, Mary, oops, she's still going. What song is this we're hearing?
We're not hearing it.
We're not hearing it.
This is Airspace.
It was a great song. It's the next one on the CD.
You guys are going to be somewhere else today before you go to Heatwave.
Yeah, we're going to be at Peaches on Fowler Avenue at 2 o'clock. We're going to do a couple of acoustic songs there.
Great. Are you going to do any acoustic songs tonight, or is it going to be all rock?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Kind of, it's hard to do acoustic when you have, they said a lot of people were going to be there. I don't know if they're going to be watching us, but
There will be a lot of people. 3,000 people will be there, and they'll be dancing their little feet off.
so it's hard to play soft stuff when so many people are there and they want to have fun and everybody's having a good time.
Dance the night away.
So let's pick out another song off your CD. You want to see the? You remember the names of all the songs?
Yeah. The Way I See It?
That sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a rockin' tune.
Yeah, that's more.
I want Mary to talk. I like the inside stuff. I want to hear about how long have you been playing together as a group?
This band right now that we have
Since December.
Has been together since December. We have Tracy Wilcox on bass and Wayne Glass on drums and Chuck's on fiddle and Mark's on guitar and me.
It's a great group. When you were here at the Southeast Music Conference, you had been billed, I think, as a folk musician.
Yeah.
They lied.
I know. Well, that's kind of like Mark DJing a folk show. But no, Mark was so excited when he found out that you were I would say more like folk rock, wouldn't you categorize yourself?
Yeah, the CD isn't really representative of what this band is like now, because when now we play out, it's just getting more and more, I don't know, what would you say, Tracy?
It's a little more driving, I guess, a little more energetic than the CD. A lot harder, not a lot harder, but we're definitely not a metal band, but we're tending to be a little more rock.
Do you write most of your material?
Yeah. We do a couple covers when we play out, and Mark helps me write. And
when did you start writing?
I was about 14, I think, somewhere around there.
Great.
Have you had to make a crossover, you think? Did you start out wanting to be or seeing yourself as a folk musician with an acoustic guitar and then
that's
switching to a rock type band? Or?
Well, that's kind of how I started out, because I grew up listening to, James Taylor and Jim Croce and stuff like that. So, you just kind of start to emulate those people. And then when I moved to Florida, to Miami, I was in another band, and they were a little bit more progressive, a little bit harder edge. And so now I'm kind of trying to get back to the roots of where I started. So it's kind of going full circle.
Do you enjoy being in the recording studio as opposed to...
Yeah. It's not so much pressure as, when you're playing live, it's like you have to think about so many different things. You have to play right and sing right, and so it's a lot easier because you can make mistakes and just erase them.
It's more
Nobody knows.
It's more than just music, too. When you're on the stage, it's entertainment, it's performing. Whereas you can concentrate on your music more in the studio. You said you have you're working on something new to be out before Christmas?
Yeah. Mark, you want to talk about that?
I forgot. We're going to do another CD. I think we're going to do a 5-song project. I don't think we're going to record this one in our house. Most of the stuff you're playing we did in our living room, and I think we're going to go on to a studio and see if we can up the quality a bit. I mean, I think what you have there is fine, but you know, we just want to take the next step, see what happens.
It should be out around before Christmas time.
I want to state for the record that we didn't stay out late. Our drummer woke us up at 6:30 and then went downstairs to clean the pool.
He's got a little extra energy.
He's a morning person. This is Wayne. You want to say a few syllables?
Hi. Say hey, Wayne.
Hi, Neil.
You're getting ready for having children then. Kids like to do it.
I don't think he doesn't want to, right?
The first thing they would say is, Daddy, why are you so hyper? No, anyway.
I'd like to send my kids over to you. Mine was up at that time this morning.
That's right.
So, anyway, what are we going to hear next?
The Way I See It, right?
The Way I See It. Is this one you wrote?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Some who care, but most
Mary Karlzen Band opening up the show tonight on the El Pasaje stage at 7:30, and they're here with us live in the studio, and we're so excited about that. Hi, Mary.
Hi.
We got a question here. Did you ever play with Vesper Sparrow?
Vesper, yeah. That's
Vesper. Oh.
strange that somebody knows that, yeah.
Somebody that knows you out there, I guess.
Inquiring minds.
Yes, I know. Well, I wanted to know.
Tell us about it.
Well, that was that band I was talking about when I moved to Miami. I, I found myself playing in, and 5 or 6 years later, we were doing pretty well. We'd gone to Chicago and New York and stuff, and that's about that.
So I understand that you want a name for your, not a new, but
Yeah.
a first-time name for your
Yeah,
band.
I think the band needs a name, because every time we go to play somewhere, it's like the announcer's always like, Mary Karlzen and band, and it always sounds really ridiculous.
Well, we have a very creative audience out here. I think they've waken up a little slow this morning. They must be sleeping and getting in ready for Heatwave tonight. But if anybody out there has a wonderful idea how to name Mary Karlzen's band, how can we describe this motley crew anyway?
Whoa.
Maybe do we have to see him naked on stage tonight before we can think of a name, a proper name, right?
And the proper naked men.
No.
So if you have a name for the Mary Karlzen Band, give us a call, 238-8001, 239-9663, and you can either order your Heatwave tickets or you can name the Mary Karlzen Band.
What is that? Vesper Sparrow still a group?
Yeah, there's half of the group is still together, and 2 of us left, and they got new members, and yeah, they're still playing around.
Well, that takes care of that name.
So
Let's see.
we're getting in the mood for Tropical Heatwave tonight. Going to be happening. Doors open what time, Mark?
I think the door's probably open about 7, or maybe even a little earlier. I'm not sure. I think Mary's band is starting. I mean, what's the new name of the group? I forgot. Mary Karlzen and Band is starting at
7:30.
7:30.
El Pasaje stage.
Oops. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead and say that again.
I didn't say a thing. No.
Yeah, you did.
The Mary, Tracy, Chuck, Mark, and Wayne Band, we're going to call it. We'll take that caller on line 2.
Well, I bet we're probably getting some good suggestions. We're getting in the mood for Heatwave. Call up right now. You can put your tickets on MasterCard or Visa. Talk to Sandy or Sherry out there, and they'll help you get your ticket orders in. We're going to be spending the whole morning playing music from people that are playing at Tropical Heatwave at 10 to 12. The women's show will be on, and they'll be featuring a local women's group. What is the name of that group? We're going to be playing some of their music.
Gosh darn, I forgot.
Gosh darn, Mark forgot. Blame it on Mark.
I think Betty's coming down, too.
Betty's going to be down here. We're going to be talking to Betty during the women's show from 12 to 2 on the 60s show. Yotu Yendi will be in here, and we will be talking to them. All kinds of great music lined up. So keep your dial tuned to 88.5 FM. And we have something lined up to play next by the Mary Karlzen Band. It's going to be, I wanted to hear a mellow one. I know there's a few of you out there like myself that I can remember back in the days before children when I was able to sleep in and listen to the radio quietly till 11 o'clock. Those were the days. And I know there's some people out there that like to do that, so I wanted to hear something kind of mellow. So we're going to hear something called Swinging on His Arm. Is this something that you wrote?
Yeah.
Great.
Whose arm?
Well, if you listen to the song, you can probably figure that out.
Yeah.
Mary Karlzen Band, Swinging on His Arm.
Drive the car down the dirt road, back behind the barn. Back where we used to hide and run out on the field with those dogs fast on our heels. I didn't know that those dogs would never bite. Catching bugs back by the light in the trees. I see you hiding. I see you hiding. What it takes back to the farm with the can tell you, I can tell you, I can tell you this. I feel everything now, for a taste of yesterday. I hear my father calling out Mary. Well, I know just what it takes. Back to the farm we'd be asking for pills. And I'd be swinging on his own. Well, I'd be swinging on his own. Well, I'd be swinging on his own. I'd be swinging on his own. Drive the car down the dirt road and back behind the barn.
That's beautiful.
So here we are back with the Mary Karlzen Band, and some of them are awake, some of them are not awake.
Obviously.
Because they just got through. What did you guys play last night?
Lowry Park.
Yeah.
Lowry Park, the band show? That Lowry Park band show?
That probably wasn't a late night.
Really a fun show to play, too. We really enjoyed it.
That's
It was
good.
a great place, great crowd.
There were children everywhere.
Dancing.
It was
coming
great.
up on the stage, grabbing the microphone.
They were doing the ring around the rosy thing. Like,
So you guys were playing in the afternoon or something, huh? Or-
No, it was
Early evening.
It's the Friday Night Extra.
Yeah,
Series, that's
Is
right.
that Friday Extra concert series or
Yeah.
some such thing.
Yeah, the newspaper that I work for sponsors that.
Yeah, we appreciate everyone that came out and supported us and enjoyed us.
Great.
And
great.
and Pizza Hut gave us free pizzas when
Yeah.
we were done.
Yay,
Thank
Pizza
you,
Hut.
JoEllen. There's a little plug.
No, they did. It was nice of
So
them.
let's talk a little bit more about the music.
Or what you guys are doing after you play Peaches and after you play Heatwave. Do you have a tour planned, or what's happening after that?
No, we're just,
recording.
yeah, we're gonna start, pre-production for the recording and just do some shows in our town, Miami and Fort Lauderdale. And, we've had offers to go to Atlanta and stuff, but we just kind of want to concentrate on Tampa's about as much as I can handle. So
It's hard to work on your music when you're just traveling
Yeah,
all the time, isn't
yeah.
it? And you're just worn out all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
I wanted to say hi to this Donald Sharp that knew I was in Vesper Sparrow. And hey, and thanks for buying the tape and listening and everything.
Yeah, he must be a real fan. That's nice of him to call up and say that. So we're going to hear one more from Mary Karlzen. She'll be opening up the show with her band. Do we have a name for this band yet? The Mary Karlzen Band. Nobody, I guess no one's called in, and they haven't clued us in if they have. If you have a name for the Mary Karlzen Band, it's not too late. Call before 10 o'clock and let us know. And
You could steal Jerry Douglas's idea. He was going to call his band Tune Farm.
Oh, that's cute.
he might still do it. I don't think I would steal it at this point. Anyway, Mary Karlzen will be opening up the concert tonight at the El Pasaje Plaza. Doors will probably open about 7 o'clock, maybe a little bit before that. If you haven't got your ticket, I would suggest coming on down to the station today or calling and putting it on your plastic, 238-8001, 239-9663. We would love to hear from you. Hope you're all planning to come out to Heatwave tonight. Going to be a great time. The weather is just gorgeous for it. And what are we going to close out with, Mary?
I guess a song called Hearts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Off her CD.
Okay.
You and me, we got hearts of the same. Go running off and leaving nobody left to blame. This town will always look the same, where everybody knows everybody else's name. Oh. And in this town where their minds are so small, well, do they even have room to think at all? We build big bridges to cross big walls. And all your friends who think they're so clever never understand how hearts can stay together. Me and you, we go on forever, go on. We go on and on. want to quit. Now we're riding solo. We'll be sisters and brothers to one another. Loyal friends who think they're so clever never understand how hearts can stay together. Me and you, we go on forever, go on, we go on. Head out for the highway around midnight. You're not the diamond side. There is something more behind the city lights. Head out for the city lights. Loyal friends who think they're so clever never understand how hearts can stay together. Me and you, we go on forever, go on, we go on. Morning comes and you never say never. Some lives aren't meant to be lived together. Me and you, we go on forever, go on, we go on and on. Head out for the city lights. Head out for the city lights. We go on and
Mary Karlzen doing a song off her CD that gets requested a lot here, Hearts. And before we say goodbye, we're going to hear a few of the names that...
Okay, we got the early returns coming in on the Name the Band contest. This is Wayne Glass. He's the wonderful drummer of this lovely group.
Yeah, well, we got one called the RK Band in honor of Rodney King. Another one, Stallion Lee, and my favorite, which I think describes us pretty well, is the Erotic Membranes.
Yeah.
That was nicely done for a drummer. And
Here, here.
we got to say goodbye to a couple of people. Richard, Marilyn, Steve, and Dick over at the hotel.
Wow.
Does that cover everybody?
Yeah, because Chris and Robin are here, so we've got everyone now.
Yeah. Chuck, you want to
Hi
say
to Chris.
Say bye, Chuck.
Say goodbye, Chuck.
Good evening, folks. We'll see you out there.
Yeah, we'll be looking-
watch for you out there.
We'll be looking forward to seeing everybody out there. Come early and get ready to spend a great
We hope you guys have a good fundraiser.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Pray for peace and no rain.
Speaking of that, well, I'll tell you what, rain is no problem. We can dance and have fun, rain or no rain, and Beausoleil can testify to that. It rains every year during the Beausoleil concert, but we just keep on dancing. Hope you'll plan to come early and have a good time out there. We're really looking forward. As they just mentioned, this is a benefit for WMNF. This is WMNF's largest benefit of the year, our biggest fundraiser for the radio station. And, of course, we had a record-breaking fundraising marathon not that long ago, and everybody just was so great about showing their support for this radio station, and this is probably the most fun way you can show your support for WMNF. Come on out and have a great time. There's going to be a lot of good food. People have called to say, is there going to be food? There's going to be a lot of great food, all different kinds of food. We're going to have spring water for sale. We're going to have all kinds of stuff for sale. And so go ahead and come out. We'll have stuff for vegetarians. Yay! For those little vegetables.
Yeah.
They'll even have something to eat. Yeah, they'll probably have the usual hot dogs. I don't know what they'll have, but they have a lot of good food planned this year, which is going to be a great thing. Hi, Aaron. And so anyway, bye, Mary. Thanks for coming out,
Thank you.
coming on the
Bye-bye.
air this morning, getting up so early, and we'll look forward to seeing you tonight,
Thanks.
7:30.
Say bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Are they going to have potato knishes?
We'll have to wait for that.
So let's hear a little card about a little information about a group
Yeah.
that's being going to be at Heatwave also, and coming up hopefully on the women's show, a group named Betty.